Okay, so we're looking at the t-test today. Mr. Arthur gives two chemistry groups the same test. He wants to find out whether there is any difference between the achievement levels of the two groups. So we need to write down the null and alternative hypothesis. So for A, we want H0, there is no significant difference in the population mean. The alternate hypothesis is simply there is significant difference. Population mean. Now on this one, that means that H1 is U1 is not equal to mu2. So mu being the population mean, so the average of all of the people in the group, is not equal to the average of all the people in the other group. Now the averages are not, the population means are not ever actually going to be perfectly equal, but on a statistical level, the amount of variation is beyond what would be expected with natural variation. So we need to try and find the t-value and the p-value for this test at 5% significance level. Get your calculators in your hand, so obviously it's going to be a calculator one. What we want to do for this is open the calculator. Now we're going to put this data into the two lists in the tables and lists. You guys can start typing.
Is this one the easiest one? Is this test easier than the other two?
Yeah, reason. I think this test, what's tricky about this test, as you'll see, is how we will define H1. Are we going to be looking at, is there a difference between them? Or are we going to look at, is this one better than that one? Or are we going to look at, is this one better than that one? So there's three tests that we do here, and this is where we look for, is there any difference between them? Has there been an improvement? Has things got worse? So we'll add a calculator. We'll use that in a minute, and then we'll add a list. So the first one is going to be GR1, group 1, and the second one is going to be GR2. Then we just type our data in. Notice that this test isn't going to have a problem with the fact that there's more data in one group than in the other. So once you've typed your data in, you can move over onto the calculator page, and we're going to press Menu, Stats, Stat Tests, and we want the 2-sample t-test, which is number 4. We're going to input the data directly, so we have the data stored in the spreadsheets. List 1 is going to be group 1, list 2 is going to be group 2. Now the important ones are these last two. So here, the alternate hypothesis, you have 3 choices. Has things got worse? Is there no significant difference between them? Has things improved? So we want, in this case, is there no significant difference between them? So we want this one. Is there no significant difference between them? This is the crucial part. mu1 is not equal to mu2. The other thing you have to remember is you want to click pooled yes. Now this is not the default setting. It's something that we click. I'm not going to explain that. Okay. So our t value in this case is t is equal to minus 0.235. And most importantly, our p value. We're not going to use the t. We're not going to use the t value in the t-test. None of the questions ask you to do that. We just use the p value always. Thankfully, your conclusion on the p value is the same as your conclusion in the other tests as well, the inequality. So our p value is 0.816. So we need to do a conclusion to this test.
Value is greater than the significance level. If we accept the normal.
What's really important is that you put this comparison, that you compare the 2 numbers with an inequality. This is greater than the significance level. You have to put this inequality up with these numbers, always. Make sure you always put the p-value first, because I noticed one person got this wrong because they put the significance level first, then the p-value, and they got really confused as to which way the inequality is tipping and what the conclusion is going to be.
So, sir, I know my calculated charger can I quickly go get it?
Yeah? So this implies that the p-value is greater than the significance level. So this implies what? Insufficient.
Wait, sir, can you say accepted or wrong?
Yeah. We generally don't accept hypothesis tests. We just fail to reject them.
But if we don't ever test it wrong, you give it right.
I want you to follow the correct procedure. This is insufficient evidence to reject the null hypothesis. So then sometimes they like you to state the conclusion in context. There is no significant difference in the data. What does that mean? That there's no significant difference in the population means.
In null hypothesis.
No, interpret this in more general sense.
Wait, what's your question?
Like the population being 1 and 2 are pretty much the same.
Let's not talk math.
There
Let's
is
talk like you're
strong-
talking to a 12-year-old.
Oh, I was gonna say strong.
No, talk like you're talking to a 12-year-old. Explain this in normal
Can I read
terms.
this? Can you go out means? The
All
two classes, the
classes
two groups are
all
the same.
classes are like at the same level.
Same level.
Yeah, one class isn't smarter than the other class. One class is not smarter than the other class.
Everyone's serious.